The third was Dead Space Salvage, a graphic novel written by Anthony Johnston and illustrated by Christopher Shy. Released in November of 2010, it followed a group of salvagers called the Magpies, who find the wreckage of the Ishimura sometime between the events of Dead Space 1 and 2. Unlike many of the other Dead Space media properties, Salvage wasn't meant to tie directly into the story, and was instead meant to show a different aspect of the Dead Space universe at large, giving Christopher Shy complete creative freedom to really go wild with his illustrations. Salvage was met with fairly positive reviews, however it remains one of the more forgotten Dead Space properties since it didn't tie in with the overarching plot that the rest featured. The fourth was the animated film, Dead Space Aftermath, which was once again produced by Film Roman, who made Downfall back in 2008. Although this time it was directed by Mike Disa, but written by a full team consisting of Brandon Auman, Mike Disa, Chuck Beaver, and Joe Goye. The film takes place after the events of Dead Space 1, this time following the interrogations of survivors from the USG O'Bannon, after they went to check out the Ishimura's initial distress call, arriving 3 weeks later. This film actually featured numerous animation styles for each flashback, along with the overarching main plot, each animation being done by a different studio. According to the director, the goal of Aftermath was to create the most disturbing, terrifying movie we can make. It was originally meant to have a release in 2010, but ended up releasing alongside Dead Space 2 in January of 2011, direct to DVD and Blu-ray. The general consensus was that it provided great insight to various plot threads that made seeing it before playing Dead Space 2 a much more enjoyable experience when later tackling the game.